We're on day 32 of our 60-day healing journey to establish healthy boundaries. Day 32. This journey is for anyone who keeps saying yes when they really want to say no. If you feel resentful after you say yes, if you cannot say no, if so, this is the journey for you. We're on day 32, and the affirmation for today is, I remain centered even when others test me. I remain centered even when others test me. When those tests come, it's important to stay grounded, because better believe those tests will come. Recently, I had to create some boundaries, and I don't think that the people that I had to set these boundaries with were ready for those boundaries to come. So it was like me against a whole crowd of people, me against a whole group. But I knew that it was time to establish the boundaries, because when you start getting to a space of valuing yourself and understanding that value that you carry, then your standards rise. New boundaries may have to form, because everybody isn't allowed to get a piece of you. Everybody is not allowed to come into your space. When you start to elevate, you understand that you may have to set yourself apart from people, from people that are no longer matching the energy that you have. And when you do, it may make some people upset. Some people might try you. They're going to say little smart things to see if you respond. But are you going to remain centered as your boundaries are challenged? So you have to stay present, because it's going to happen. And when it does, we're going to breathe through it. Because at the end of the day, you create your life. No one can tell you that the values that you set are not important. They're important to you. So those boundaries will be tested. So just be ready. Stay centered. The somatic practice is sit with feet firmly on floor, hands on knees, inhale, exhale slowly. So you're going to sit with your feet on the floor, sitting in the chair, hands on your knees, feet firmly planted in the floor, and breathe. Inhale, exhale. And try to do this somatic practice for about 2 to 5 minutes if you can, to regulate your nervous system. This is something you could do anywhere. If you start feeling pressed, you feel like people are pressing your buttons and trying to cross those boundaries and being disrespectful of your emotions, take a breather. Step to the side, go in the car. This can be done anywhere, and do this somatic practice. The visualization technique for today is visualize a steady light at your core that cannot be shaken. So we're going to visualize a golden light in our solar plexus area, the core area, that cannot be shaken. And this light is illuminating strength. It's saying, I am strong. I stand firm. We're going to visualize that. And do your visualization techniques for 15 minutes if you can, to try to hold on to that frequency. The journal prompt for today is, what triggers me to give or overextend? What is it that makes you give in to the boundaries that you set? Is it fear? Do you feel like people are going to turn against you, be angry with you? Are you feeling sorry for others? Are you feeling like a bad person? What is it that makes you give in or overextend? When we figure out these things that are triggering us or making us have that feeling, getting to the root of the problem, then we can know what to deal with. So if it's you're feeling sorry for others, ask yourself, why am I feeling sorry for others? And is me feeling sorry for others going to help me? And it's not that you can't, be empathetic or have sympathy for someone. However, the boundaries that we are learning to create so that we can have a more healthier lifestyle. So keep that in mind. Those boundaries are to have a healthier mindset, a healthier body. Also keep in mind that as you set boundaries and you create these standards for yourself, you're teaching others how to do the same thing. They're watching you. You may not know, but the strength that you carry from saying no may be teaching someone else a lesson that they need to learn. But again, that's not our business. Our business is making sure that we feel safe. That is the purpose of establishing these healthy boundaries. So that's the journal prompt. The tiny boundary practice is pause before responding to someone pushing a limit today. Pause before responding to someone pushing a limit today. People will try to push your buttons. Don't take it personal. I realized recently that people challenge me. They challenge my belief systems all the time. It was going over my head at one point in time, and I would just think I'm having a regular conversation with someone, not understanding that they're actually challenging me because I don't do things like that. I don't, intentionally try to challenge people's beliefs, etc. However, it came to my awareness while working on this journey that there are specific types of people that carry a specific energy that are around me that constantly challenge me. And I had to figure out, what am I going to do about this? Definitely got to create boundaries. How am I going to create these boundaries? And how am I going to deal with this? How it's affecting me? So that's connected to our tiny boundary today. You have to pause, because I had to think in a moment, like, hold on, before I get so pulled into what's happening. Because when you realize what's happening, sometimes you want to go to defend yourself. So I had to breathe through it, remain present, and realize this is nothing new. This has been happening. This has happened to you for a long time. You just wasn't paying attention. And so it takes being present and intentional with dealing with specific people. These journal prompts that we do will keep reflecting, have you reflect on situations. And as you reflect, you may notice that it's the same people that continue to try to cross your boundaries. If something is happening across your whole life with different areas of your life, and a lot of times it is when you are learning to establish boundaries, you might realize that at home, my boundaries are being crossed at home. My boundaries are being crossed at work. My boundaries are being crossed in my friendships. My boundaries are being crossed, in every social environment. So now it's like, okay, the common denominator is me. What am I saying that's causing this to happen? What am I doing? What energy am I projecting that's saying it's okay to cross my boundaries? So it's about being aware. And when we get in these situations, it's about pausing for a second sometimes and just taking a step back and viewing everything, and then understanding and noticing what's happening in that moment so that you don't just, react. So that's the tiny boundary. Pause before responding to someone pushing a limit today. The bonus holistic tip for today is gently rub your temples with fingers while inhaling calming essential oils. So if you have a diffuser, put some lavender oil in there, something to calm you. And as you let that diffuser blow out the mist, take time to massage your temples. Give yourself a scalp massage. Give yourself a neck massage. Move that lymph fluid. Help yourself eliminate the waste in your body by giving yourself a massage and taking the time to relax. You don't have to necessarily have somebody else to do it. If nobody else is there, then you give yourself a massage. Love on yourself. That is our holistic tip for today. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.